Heavy fighting is being reported around Kobo town, one of the key towns in North Wollo zone of the Amhara region. Secondly, for the first time in recent months, Ethiopian security forces paraded Fano fighters after capturing them. Where did it happen? We have 4 updates for you from the Amhara region. I mentioned 2 more in this video. Before that, firstly, an announcement that after almost an hour, I'll be back with this week's live chat. Now we have live chats regularly, but tonight, hopefully, I'll speak about Tigray, Amhara border. Lots of developments are happening, and I've been working on protests in Tigray. Several conspiracy theories are being floated. So I thought of looking into it, and I want to share my analysis with you. And I want to share what is happening in border areas, Tigray Amhara border areas, in terms of activities of Fano and Tigray fighters. Before I share these 4 developments with you, I have 3 video clips for you. First video clip shows Ethiopian military entering Eritrea. I mentioned in a video this morning that Awil Said, Eritrean activist, published this video, and he published a commentary in the background saying that when TDF attacked ENDF was given shelter by Eritrea. And now when Fano fighters are attacking ENDF are being killed and captured and they're fleeing. Video is old, it's not related to the ongoing conflict between Fano and military. Video seems to be from Tigray war when TDF attacked ENDF and ENDF entered Eritrea. Back then, by the way, movement of Ethiopian military into Eritrea and vice versa was routine. First clip shows ENDF entering Eritrea. Second clip shows an exchange of words between Mashobine and a Tigray fighter. I mentioned that in last night's live chat. I appreciated the democratic culture and the level of tolerance shown by Tigray military commanders. They are ready to listen to the complaints of their soldiers. With General Mashobine showed restraint. The fighters were supporting that fighter who was criticizing Mashobine, but Mashobine very calmly handled the situation. Thirdly, I have a clip for you of Jal Jarigna, who is an OLA leader. He's advisor to Jal Maro. He can be heard talking about sea access. What is OLA's position about sea access? This clip by Jal Jarigna has English subtitles too. So it's self-explanatory. Watch these 3 clips, then I'll share 4 updates for you from the Amhara region.
أمنهم بوتا أمنهم سرح يلي هذه لعب سرح العبي يلي نزوي تسقيم له سراوي جوزي تسقيم له هذه لعب سرح منقص زيون إيولي نزوي سراوي زين نزوي تحفظ متن دي منقص تويل هذه لعب سرقم يلي فتح الحوينها هذا كويس فتح لغير أكل هذا سلسلة سرعة محدي كمتسيو كمت قبرية تقولنا طونكا يسمع معنا جزء خوين نقول نفتح بوتا على حدنا كنا ولا نقدر نقول صارت مفتح المسألة خلص لا تاكل لي كسر هكايو لا خاسي كسر هكايو تدخل هكايو ناينا حاجه الرايو ناينا حاجه الرايو انا ولي 10 عمتي صاود 8 عمتي كسر هكايو حق خايو كسر هكايو احنا لنا عمتي حقول حيل كرب لسه 4 سموني اهود باجي توديو صوموا له غير كزور الكرم وين يوصل
أنا كلمة ما ينحط أنا شنك عايز نحطه
አሰብ የኤሪትሪያ አካል እንደሆነ ኢትዮጵያ ተቀብላ ፈርማ ነው የሰጠችው። አሁን ያንን ጥያቄ እንደገና መልሰን እናነሳለን፣ ከዚያ በኋላ አሰብን እንይዛለን ብለው ሲሉ አንድም ኮሎኒ ያሰመረውን መስመር እንቃወማለን ማለት ነው። ያንን መስመር ደግሞ ምኒልክ እንደፈረሙ ሰምተናል ማለት ነው። 60 ኪሎ ሜትር ወደ ውስጥ ገብተው እስከ ታች እስከ ጅቡቲ ድረስ ያለውን ቦታ ለጣሊያን ሰጥተዋል። ያንን ነው እንደገና መውሰድ አለብን ነው ጥያቄው። ሁለተኛው ጥያቄ የሚነሳው ኢትዮጵያ የኤሪትሪያን የራስን ዕድል በራስ የመወሰን መብት አክብራ አሰብን ስትሰጥ ያንን መስጠት አልነበረባትም ነው ጥያቄው። ኦር ጉልበት አለን ልክ ራሻ ክሬሚያን እንዳደረገችው ወይም ሌሎች ሀገሮች እንደሚያደርጉት አኔክስ አድርገን ይዘን መቀጠል እንችላለን። ያ ነው ጥያቄው። የኦሮሞ ህዝብ የሌላውን አካባቢ ወይም የሌላን ሀገር ድንበር አልፎ ሂዶ የመውረር አላማ የለውም። የኦሮሞ ህዝብ የራሱን ዕድል በራሱ የመወሰን ሀገሩ ላይ ቀዩ ላይ ተከብሮ የመኖር ሀብት ንብረቱ ላይ የማዘዝ ጉዳይ እንጂ ቀይ ባህር የኔ ጉዳይ ነው፣ ስለዚህ ቀይ ባህር ሄጄ ሞታለው የሚል ኦሮሞ መኖር የለበትም። ካሁን በፊትም በደርግ ጊዜ ስንት የኦሮሞ ልጅ አንገትህ ልትቆረጥ ነው በሚል ናሬቲቭ ወይም ፕሮፓጋንዳ የሰሜን ጦርነት ውስጥ ተሳትፎ ስንት ዘመዶቻችንን አጥተናል። ምን አተረፉ? ምንም። የራስህ ያልሆነ አካባቢ ላይ ሄደ የራስህ የሆነ ድንበር ላይ ሄደ መሞት ምን ትርጉም አለ? ምንም ትርጉም የለው። ትችላለህ ወይ ነው ምንድነው? አሰብን ይዘህ በኃይል ሰላም አግኝተህ መኖር ትችላለህ፣ ልትጠቀምበት ትችላለህ ወይ እንደ ሀገርስ ብለህ ትጠይቅ፣ ያም እውነት አይሆንም ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ስለ ቀይ ባህር መጠቀም የምትፈልግ ከሆነ ከሌላው ሀገር ወይም ደግሞ ዓለም ጋር መገናኘት የምትፈልግ ከሆነ በሌላ አግባብ ነው መሆን የሚገባው። የአብይ አህመድ መንግስት ይሄ ጉዳይ የኦሮሞ ጥያቄ እንዳልሆነ ጠንቅቆ ያውቀዋል። የቀይ ባህር ጥያቄ የሳውዲ አረቢያ እና ዩናይትድ አረብ ኤሚሬት ፉክክር ነው። ዩናይትድ አረብ ኤሚሬት እና ሳውዲ አረቢያ በረጅም ጊዜ ውስጥ የምንድነው ኦይል ወይም ደግሞ የነዳጅ ክምችታችን እያለቀ ሲሄድ በንግድ ዓለም በቢዝነስ ዓለሙ ላይ ፖርቶችን ወይም ደግሞ የወደቦችን የማበልጸግና ከዚያ ጥቅም የማግኘት ፉክክር አለ ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ የአብይ አህመድ መንግስት ደግሞ ከዩናይትድ አረብ ኤሚሬት የሚያገኘው ብዙ ገንዘብ ስላለ ለነሱ ሲል ኔቪ ወይም ደግሞ የባህር ኃይል አሰልጥኖ እንደነበረ ሶማሌላንድ ላይ ያንን የማስፈር ዓላማ እንደነበረው ያ ሳይሳካ ሲቀር ደግሞ በኃይል ሂደን ይዘን አሰብን የኛ እናደርጋለን የሚል ተልእኮ እንዳለው ሁላ ነው የምንገነዘበው። ስለዚህ ይሄ ተልእኮ የዩናይትድ አረብ ኤሚሬት ተልእኮ እንጂ የነሱን ጥቅም የማስከበር ተልእኮ እንጂ የኦሮሞን ህዝብ የማይመለከት እንደሆነ ማንም ጠንቅቆ ያውቀው የሚገባ ጉዳይ ነው።
The first update from the Amhara region is from Kobo. Fano, launched an operation around 3 weeks ago, but the operation was centered around Vuldia and towards Dasi. It did not target Kobo. Why? Because maybe if Vuldia had fallen to Fano, Kobo would have fallen easily. main road which connects Afar with Vuldia. Uh, uh, it's the main road. The main road which connects Afar with Amhara reaches Vuldia. So if Vuldia falls, Kobo will fall. That's what seems to be the case. That is why Fanos focused on Vuldia, but they could not enter Vuldia. Now they're turning towards Kobo, and since this morning, we have been receiving reports of heavy fighting between Fano and military in the outskirts of Kobo. Fano is not in Kobo. ENDF reportedly is in Kobo, and fighting is ongoing to the east and west of Kobo for the capture of high places. Situation volatile, sounds of gunshots can be heard. Anti-aircraft guns are being used. Residents of Kobo town are confirming the fighting around Kobo. Will foreign fighters enter Kobo? Will they totally withdraw? Is the military clearing the surroundings of Kobo? Yeah, that's what seems to be the case. Military trying to clear the surroundings of Kobo. Foreign fighters refusing to withdraw, and they're pushing into Kobo town. They haven't entered there. So let's see what happens. Secondly, for the first time in months, Ethiopian security forces today paraded Fano fighters after Fano fighters were captured in a failed attack on a town in the Amharian. Generally, Fano fighters parade ENDF prisoners. Whenever they capture ENDF soldiers, they parade them in town, cities, just to humiliate ENDF. And then they release videos, pictures. Today, Fano fighters were paraded in Chilga. Chilga is situated to the west of Gondar. It's called Aikal 2. It is situated on Gondar to Matimma road. There is Kimmat, Ago population too, I think, in this area. So dozens of Fano fighters entered Aikal, Chilga, but security forces arrested them reportedly. Then security officials there, they tied their arms and then they made Fano fighters to walk in the town. They were paraded as prisoners, as captives by security forces in Chilga. I have placed a picture of Fano fighters being paraded in Chilga by security forces on the thumbnail. You can see the picture there. Maybe the security forces are changing their strategy. They are saying tit for tat. They're saying, you parade our POWs, now we will parade you if we capture you. Thirdly, viewers, the Fano fighters have released pictures from a town in North Shore. Ankober is the name of the town. They stood in front of a bank and they released pictures from there showing their control of Ankober. It happened 48 hours ago, I think. Ankober is strategic because there is one main road which connects Ankober with Dasi to Oromia Road, which passes through Debre Birhan. So from Ankober, Fano fighters can march towards Debre Birhan. They carried out some hit-and-run attacks in Debre Birhan a few days ago. If Ankober is under their control, from there they can march towards Debre Birhan. Their entry in Ankober confirmed. I have placed a picture on thumbnail. Lastly, Estayish is back under Fano's control. Where is Estayish? Estayish is situated to the east of Gashina. If you remember last time when Fano fighters entered Gashina, they took control of Estayish, Kon, and a town to the west of Gashina. They captured 3 roads to the east, west, and south of Gashina. Then they entered Gashina. But when military launched counterattack, Fano fighters had to retreat from Gashina. They're back in Estayish. Estayish is between Voldia and Gashina. It's on main road, Voldia to Gashina road. It is being confirmed by sources from the ground that Fano fighters entered Estayish today, waiting for visual confirmation from the area. Thanks for watching.